Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about wind turbine blades that aren't so eco-friendly because they sit in graveyards. And it says here a journalist just exposed this, but this is an October 11th, 2023 article. This has been exposed, this is August 24th, but this is February 28th, 2022. The graveyard of the green giants. I mean, look at these. This is almost as tall as this man here. So right now, this is getting some more headlines. Band News Network, who will not give you good environmental information, but will pounce on anything to even suggest that we should have some respect for the one livable planet that we know of, that allows us to be here and have our great fun lives. Okay. So, this guy, he went out and he filmed, look, I mean, it's just a waste yard out there. And so, it says the short film provides a sobering behind the scenes look at the enormous amount of waste caused by so-called green, clean, environmentally friendly, sustainable wind projects, touted by the left as a means to combat the threat of climate change. They just always harp on that, never just on all the processes and chemicals and toxins and how much natural resources we're using for things that are irresponsible. I mean, we could even just cut our energy use by 40% simply by turning off unused electricity, so, but, Band News Network, they, of course, got on the bandwagon here and, was an echo chamber to this guy's video that went out here. So, the thing is, yes, okay, there are, I guess this is in the town of Sweetwater, Texas. There's another graveyard where the dead are never buried. Some 4,000 worn out giant wind turbine blades are piled as far as the eye can see, taking up most of a 25-acre field. So, yeah, and they say that these are stacked as high as like a basketball backboard. I mean, look, this is the size of a grown man here almost. So, there's other criticisms of this, them just sitting here. They accumulate water, so it's a mosquito breeding ground, and they say that it's a rattlesnake, just a rattlesnake garden. It just gives them a place for refuge. And so, this is in rattlesnake country. Well, what am I talking about? There's right outside of Missoula, Montana, there's a rattlesnake preserve. Okay. So Montana has a lot of rattlesnakes too. They have a big range, but, they say scientists are looking for ways to separate the resins from the fires or grand chunks of blade into small pellets that can be used in other products, but they're struggling to find any process that works on a large scale. So these blades last for 20 to 25 years, and they're built from a composite of fiberglass and resin that can withstand hurricane force winds, but be light enough to turn. They cannot easily be crushed, let alone recycled. Well, you know what these could be made of? Oh, I know. And if you've been around here before, I know you know too. Oh, that's right. Hemp. But since, 93, shortly after 93, I think is when I added hemp in here, no one will allow the hemp revolution. And, the thing about a lot of these graves, a lot of these, blades, not being recycled is there's just many challenges to it. And, there's challenges that would not exist if these blades were made from hemp. Okay, now this article does note that the steel towers which support the blade, as well as smaller parts such as wiring, can be recycled, but however, the problem of what to do with used turbine blades will only get more pressing. The numbers are just increasing a lot of the amount of used blades that are now past their useful life. Right here it says the blades can be longer than a Boeing 747 wing, more than 300 feet, and weigh up to 8 tons. So they have to be sawn into 3 pieces with a diamond-encrusted industrial saw. Diamond encrusted. Okay, now, so, right. Special tools, special processes, special procedures require for the commissioning of these and for these to be put to a better use. But yeah, diamond encrusted industrial saws are part of that. So they get cut into 3 pieces, right? I mean, these things are huge. I've seen them out west here being, hauled on the highways, and it is the entire truck's load. It is just one blade, and they are hanging off the back of the truck, and it's, they're big. They're really very, very big. And they say by 2050, it's predicted that the world will need to dispose of 2 million tons of wind turbine blades waste every year. In the UK, the volume already exceeds 100,000 tons a year. And currently, the world's decommissioned blades are mostly buried in landfill sites, where they will take centuries to degrade. Hemp wouldn't do that, okay? And you can put hemp to, a lot of good uses, and this would be one of them. If only we would actually start talking real environmental solutions. And the company that has been contracted to recycle these blades, Global Fiberglass Solutions, it says that, well, their chief executive, Don Lilly, says that the company has discovered a way of recycling the blades. The holdup is largely due to financial challenge of getting enough advance orders to pay for the equipment required for production. But he says, they've secured new investors and funding, and it will be apparent in the next 40 days. Okay. Well, this was a February 2022 article, and we're now in October 2023. And here, this August 24th, 2023 article, it ends with that Don Lilly insists that Global Fiberglass will grind down and recycle these blades. If you come back 9 months from now, you will not see the material. Okay. And so, the author of this article said, we're marking our calendars and we'll check back in May. And here is where it talks about, the water inside the blades, breeds swarms of mosquitoes, and the piles create shaded nooks and crannies, perfect for Sweetwater's unofficial mascot. It's just a big rattlesnake farm is what they call this graveyard where all these blades are. Another intent, I guess, is that the blades would be ground up into reusable material that could be turned into pallets, railroad ties, or flooring panels. And it says here that over in England that STRATHCLYDE University was doing research into recycling the blades so that components can be used in the car and construction industry. I don't see why it can't be used in a lot of things. It says that in Denmark and Ireland, blades have been turned into bridges and bicycle shelters, and in the Netherlands into children's slides and ramps. But they'll deal only with a small fraction of the decommissioned blades heading, our way. But, I think, from just an outsider's perspective, that, why shouldn't these, if they're so durable, be able to be repurposed? That seems to me that it would be possible. If you put your mind to it, you sit me down and pay me to come up with all the ways that I could put these into other applications. I bet you there's a lot of them. But, let's just get back to hemp. If we were just utilizing hemp and making things out of hemp, all of the obstacles to decommissioning these wind blades wouldn't be there. So, and not one of these articles talked about it. No one talks about it. And that's why no one knows who the environmental educator is, because no environmental voice or organization or government entity will allow hemp, or ending our disposable society, or just getting people to live responsibly. And that would solve our problems. So stay tuned, people.